I wanted to take just a few minutes to introduce you to Nightstand by Daniel Woodrow. Daniel Woodrow was born on March 4th, 1953, in Springfield, Missouri. He dropped out of high school to join the Marines, but eventually went back to school and earned a Bachelor's of Arts from the University of Kansas and an MFA from the Iowa Writers Workshop. You may recall that a couple of our writers have been associated with this workshop: Raymond Carver, Dennis Johnson. This is a really prestigious, the most prestigious writing program in the country for master's level writers. So this is a pretty large accomplishment. He lives in West Plains, Missouri, currently with his wife, who is writer Katie Still. He has a number of important works. His first novel was published in 1986, and his most recent work came out in 2013. Probably the work that you're most familiar with, or you might have heard of, is a novel called Winter's Bone, that was about a town that was in the Ozarks consumed by meth and the types of people who live there and who are dealing with the hardships of this particular poverty-stricken, meth inundated world. Why you might have heard of that was it was picked up as a film in, I believe, 2011, and Jennifer Lawrence was the lead actress, and I think that was her first Academy Award nomination. That's when Daniel Woodrow started getting a little more national attention, although his books have been published in a variety of places and he has sold many copies of his books. He's considered an independent literary writer, which means his readership, until he got some commercial success with Winter's Bone, wasn't overly large. He does have a few awards and recognitions to his name. In 1999, he earned a PEN USA award for fiction for his novel Tomato Red, which was also adapted into a film. In 2000, he was longlisted for the International Impact Dublin Literary Award for Tomato Red. In 2008, his short story Uncle, which was originally published in Hell of a Woman, an anthology of female noir, was nominated for a 2008 Edgar Award and the 2010 Sundance Film Festival Award for the top dramatic film for the adaptation of his novel Winter's Bone. His work deals with a bunch of recurring ideas and themes. He actually coined the type of fiction he writes as country noir. So, crime mysteries, if you will, set in a country setting. He writes tough stories about even tougher characters. He focuses on death, love, family, connections, and neighborly disputes. In Nightstand, we're going to see the ideas of death and neighborly disputes really explored. His characters are often poverty stricken, and they're really trying to scrape by, living from the land and feasting on booze, drugs, and animals caught in the woods. They really live pretty um, lives that are lacking extravagance but are very complex. His characters often don't care what others think and don't want interference from outsiders. With that said, we'll see in Nightstand that his main character, Pelham, does in fact care what others think, and we will see how that is explored in that particular story. In Nightstand, we see a couple of things. We have two men with PTSD, and a murder occurs. One man kills the other. And we are really looking at the cause of this violence and the psychological impacts of it. Um, and how Woodrow is looking at this is by exploring pride and the idea of sanctified violence. And then what effect does it have when you kill a person on you? And we really see the main character, Pelham, struggling with this quite deeply. Um, I hope you enjoy reading this story, and if you have questions, please let me know.